Good morning, guys. How are you today? Fine. Today we will continue the extra sheet. We will correct our homework, exercise 3 and 4. Then we will start with the other questions. We will finish the extra sheet today. Let's correct our homework, exercise 3 on the extra sheet. Use the figure to answer the following questions. The first question is, name the center of this circle. We know that the center of a circle is the point where in the middle of this circle. So which point is the center? S is the center. So I will write S. I can't place two brackets. Some students will write S between two brackets. It's a point. The point without the brackets. Just a line. Line. We have to place these two brackets. With segment, we know the beginning and the ending point. It has to be closed like this. Segment these brackets will line this. The point no brackets. Just name it by a capital letter. Name two radii of this circle. Radii هي the plural form of radius. If we have more than one radius, we call them radii. Radius هو الhalf of a diameter هو الديستانس من السنتر على point موجودة على السيركل. So from S G it's a radius. You can say SH كمان is a radius. You can say SF. All of them are radii. Okay, or SI or SJ. Any distance from the center to a point on a circle, we call it radius. So I will put these two brackets because we know that the radius who is segment. So we know it starts where, we know it ends where. So it's a segment, so it has to be closed like this. So SG I will choose and SH. You can choose SF, you can choose SI or SJ. All of them are correct. Name a diameter of this circle. We know that the diameter who passes through the center divides the circle in two halves. Which segment divides the circle in two halves? GF is a diameter. GF passes through the center as divides the circle in two halves. It's a segment, so it has to be closed the brackets. GF like this. Name 4 points. 4 points of the circle. Any 4 points موجودين على الedge of the circle. We can say G, we can say I, we can say J, F, H. Okay, these all of them are points of this circle. The points without the brackets. So we can, I will choose 4 points. G, I, with J, F. We are not allowed to place brackets because I'm asking you about points. Just we name it by a capital letter. Okay, let's do question 4. Complete using the figure. I is the, with respect to the circle. We said it before in question 1. When I say what does I represent with respect to the circle, it's the center. But when I say what does I represent with respect to the diameter, بالنسبة للdiameter, I can't say it's the center of a diameter. It's the center of a circle, but it's the midpoint of a diameter because it's placed in the middle of the segment. So I with respect to the circle is the center. So I is the center. Some students will say it's the midpoint. No, teacher. هي midpoint للdiameter. We can't say midpoint of a circle. It's the center of a circle. Okay? I is the with respect to ST and UV. من هن ال ST؟ هيدا ال ST. ومن هو ال UV هيدا؟ These are two diameters. طيب, what does I represent with respect to these two diameters? It's in the middle. So it's the midpoint of UV and it's the midpoint of ST because it's in the middle of this segment. Now we have to say midpoint. We can't say here segment. We can't say here center. It's the midpoint of these segments, but it's the center of a circle. UV and ST are what? UV divides the circle in two halves and passes through the center, so it's a diameter. Will ST the same, passes through I, divides the circle in two parts, so they are diameters. Type. What can we say about WI? WI or IU? If you see here, one of the beginning or the ending point he is center, so we will write radii or radius. Radius هو لما يكون عندنا just one. Radii هي لما يكون عندنا more than one, we call them radii. Why they are radii؟ لأنه هن distance، هن half of a diameter. ال IW هي half of a diameter. وهي الديستانس من الاي على بوينت موجوده على السيركل we call it radius. Okay, so these two are radii. So لما تكون one of the beginning point or the ending point هي السنتر, quickly write radius. طيب. Now we'll do question 5. So we will finish the extra sheet today. Please do question 5 and 6 alone, then check this video and correct them. Complete the following table. We said that if the radius is given, what shall I do to find the diameter? We have to multiply by 2. So here in this question, we will multiply or divide by 2 because we know that diameter, radius is the half of a diameter. Half means by 2. Type. If the radius is given, in order to find the diameter, we have to multiply by 2. Type. If the diameter is given, diameter starts with D. بتذكرنا إنه شو لازم نعمل divide by 2. Okay? So if the diameter is given, we have to divide by 2. If the radius is given, we have to multiply by 2. 5 الراديوس هو 5. 2 times 5 how much? It's 10 unit millimeter. طيب 9 the same times 2 equals 18 unit centimeter. Now diameter is given, so we will divide. Divide 12 divided by 2 and 14 divided by 2. Which number in table 2 give us 12? It's 6. Which number in table 2 give us 14? It's 7. So here it's 7. Okay? So we either multiply or divide by 2. The last question. Write the name of each segment in this table. OC. What can we say about OC? هو distance من السنتر على point موجودة على السيركل. It's the radius. What can we say about BA, this segment? Passes through the center, divides the circle in two halves. شو بقول عنه للBA? Diameter. What can we say about OA? The beginning point هي السنتر. OA, it's the radius لأنه هي half of AB. هي half of a diameter. So لما تكون ال beginning point أو ال ending point هي ال O اللي هي السنتر دغري بنقول radius. Okay? طيب. Is CD a radius؟ هيدا CD. هيدا هو السيجمنت. Is CD a radius? No. Why it's not a radius? لما أقول radius الراديوس بدها تكون البيجينينج بوينت او الاندنج بوينت شو هي السنتر. طيب السي دي هل هو الديستانس من السنتر على بوينت موجوده على السيركل؟ لا. السي دي لوك هير لما نقول راديوس بدها تكون البيجينينج بوينت او الاندنج بوينت هي السنتر او يعني انا I can say OA or AO اثنيناتهم صح. both of them are كلهم بيقولوا عنهم radius. فينا نقول OA نسمي لها segment OA. we can name it AO. اوكي يعني البيجينينج بوينت او الاندنج بوينت بدها تكون هي السنتر لأقول عنه راديوس. طيب here CD did I say O? No. Is the beginning point or the ending point the center? No, so it's not a radius. So when I say justify why it's not the radius, we have to say because the beginning point or the ending point it's not the center O. So no, because the beginning point or the ending point is not the center. Some students will say, no, it's not a radius because it doesn't pass through the center. هيدا justification wrong. Why? Because the radius نحن بنعرف إنه الراديوس ما بيمرق بالcenter. الراديوس starts or ends from the center. Okay? But when I say, is CD a diameter? You have to say no because it doesn't pass through the center. Okay, هالjustification بيكون صح للdiameter لأنه نحن بنعرف إنه الdiameter passes through the center. بس لما أقول radius الjustification لازم تكون because the beginning point or the ending point is not the center. Okay? لأنه ال OA هو radius لأنه ال beginning point هي ال O. or AO هو radius لأنه ال ending point هي ال O. يعني بقول عنه radius لما تكون ال beginning point أو ال ending point هي السنتر. بما إنه هون لا ال beginning point ولا ال ending point هي السنتر, it's not a radius. Okay? But when I say why it's not a diameter, okay, because it doesn't pass through the center because we know that diameter BA passes through the center و CD doesn't pass. Okay, guys, just pay attention to the justification. If you have any question, you can ask me in the Zoom period later. Thank you. Bye-bye.